Hello everyone, and welcome to the UK 1939 Build-Up Guide. Where to begin with this? So first thing to know is that the UK is only as strong as its Commonwealth. In multiplayer, for any of you who haven't played it yet, Commonwealths are often put into roles where they specialize in a certain thing. For example, Canada can specialize in either making mechanized armor or being the air controller where all planes of the Allies go to Canada. Australia often will go artillery, infantry, and marines. South Africa, heavy tanks. Raj just spits out troops. That's what they're good at. And then New Zealand can really fill a variety of roles. Rushing super heavy tanks, going submarines, weirdly enough, but for this playthrough, we're going to assume that Canada has been given the role of being the mechanized armor. So you're going to have them make mediums, mechanized, heavy tanks, lots of infantry. Australia will rush the Fighter II for you to license and research, and then New Zealand, I can't leave it up to anyone's imagination, but we're going to take limited rearmament. For research, we are going to take basic machine tools, construction 1, go ahead and get mechanical computing, and let's see, I always have a tricky one with this. We can go ahead and start researching the Hurricane. Now, if any of you watched the German playthrough I did, the Axis get a lot of their experience through civil wars, but the Allies don't really have that luxury. So, often it is allowed in most multiplayer games, especially competitive ones, that the UK and other allies are allowed to train one division, since it counts for 100% of your army, so you get full XP for it. So go ahead and get that. I'm going to find every other soldier I have all across this vast empire. Get it deleted. Now that should be the... oh, no. Got the West Africans. So, get this division. We're going to go ahead and train them. We are going to grab the whole fleet. Honestly, the beginning game setup of the UK is the most tedious. Oh. Get them all to come here. Get them all to group up. Focus on our civs. See, because you always want to build civs early on. Good little thing to have. That's probably a good number. Go by heavy industry first. Yeah. We'll see how that goes for now. Oh, also it's important to build up your infrastructure right here for the resources. You're going to want, in my rule sets, level 6 forts. And really, depending on if Spain's playable or not, which we're going to assume it would be, we'll go ahead and build land forts in Gibraltar. Now, for your military setup, we won't be making tanks since we are going to be controlling our own planes, since we're assuming Canada will be tanks and mech. So, I'm going to make this guy a air support. Make this one carrier naval bomber. Artillery, right up to 4. And, let's see, yeah, we can do that for now. Navy, might as well delete these subs, they're pointless. Knock all these up to like 7s. And I always put them in Cornwall, just so they're all bunched up. Since I have 3 strike forces, one in the English Channel around the British Isles, one to watch your convoys, and then one to help deal with the Italian fleet. We're going to go ahead and trade 1 oil with what you'd normally do as the Soviet Union, so that they can get as much civ as possible. Let's see, we have 1 training, we have all this set up, and I think we're good to start. But yeah, you're going to see how that training works. let's see, our colonial brigades, these guys. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to make this main division the RDF. May he rest. Let's see, here we go. I'm gonna do the REF. Oh, and I almost forgot. Thought I was missing something. Just like with the Germans, I really appreciate having, having a powerful air force or paratroops. So we're gonna go ahead and take off one. Boom, let that grow. Go ahead, add our artillery. And our first policy or research production, we're going to do the Supermarine, issue diplomatic warning, limited rearmament added a civ, so now we're going to go down and reinforce the Empire. I'm going to leave this. Actually, while we're at it, go ahead and go to your air. Select all your carriers and go ahead and give them like a 30-50 split between your naval bombers and carriers, or naval bombers and fighters. Oops. You know, we're gonna go ahead and pause it. Now the one drawback to being the air controller as UK yourself is simply you have more to manage. But if you are able to do that, it is pretty phenomenal. Just get this all set up. There we go. Okay. Continuing. And also, again, a lot of your strategy depends on what your rule set is. And the server I play in, we allow 400 strategic bombers per air zone. So we are going to end up getting Arthur Harris, Bomber Harris. And the goal is that you will produce fighters in some casts, and America will be putting around 20 to 30 mils on strategic bombers and then leasing them to you. Go. Supermarine. Go ahead and switch it. Switch it back. Go and condensed. Go and service overseas. Now the one thing we will be missing, since this is an actual multiplayer game, is that we will not be getting an early fighter 2 because there is no Australia to rush it for us. 27 twos are the way to go. Alrighty, now that the Spitfire's done, we are going to research the Battleship 2. Oops. Now you're normally going to want about 40 to 50 on your fighter 1s, just so you have so many of them. Let's see here. Let's get your anti-tank, since you won't be having any armor. You're just going to put that in as a support company to your infantry. I like to train and build till about, I don't know, early 38. Service overseas, and we are trying to rush to exactly encourage colonial elites for the extra research time we get off. Okay. Also, now we have our air experience. We might as well add one to the engines, because this is the first thing you're going to want to do, is get your engines up for that agility, since agility causes the most kills. Change that up. Go ahead and start going down strategic destruction. But as I was saying earlier, you're gonna want your things to eventually look something like this. Although you might bring your range down. Keep your weapons up. But yeah. Tempted for that, but I don't think I'm going to take it at the moment. Go ahead and get the Atlantic Fleet for your capitals. Go ahead and again switch so that the effect can actually start to work. Or designer company, I should say. Boom. Okay, so now that's done. We'll wait to see if anything. No world tensions ticking up, so we're going to go ahead and take probably home defense. Or, actually, now that I think about it, you'd want to take Commonwealth ties, because when you get the free chance, when there isn't any world tension allowing you to expand your own industry, you want to build up your allies, your Commonwealths. As the stronger they are, the stronger the allies tend to be altogether. Also, I apologize if you hear any background noise. TV's quite loud upstairs. Alright. So now we're going to get construction too. Alright, we're going to add a tank gun. Put up here, cut back one more on your guns. There you go. Go ahead and replace it with more industry. And now we can go ahead and add the, you know what, we can save it for the while, just so we're not using the equipment. Oh no, the king abdicated. So sad. Alright. We're going to hit Shadow Scheme to start unlocking that industry. We will go ahead... Oh, Commonwealth bonuses. Go ahead and finish on that industry. And yeah, the goal too, with your... Since you'll be going heavy infantry, you're going to go down the right side for infiltration. Oops. Then we're going to make sure the Royal Ordnance, all 6 factories go into your fighters. Just to start ramping up production, since Germany would be normally trying to ramp up its air production as much as possible as well early on. Oh, we'll go ahead and put these 4 to convoys. Since you'll be needing to lend-lease a lot, trade a lot, supply a lot of troops in foreign lands. Put that to 4 Cornwall. Alright, and now we're going to put this on Silent Workhouse for the PP. Going down to industrial effort. Nope. And there's a civil war you won't be in. Go ahead and lower transport planes. So we're eventually going to want at least 5 on Cass. And we are going to want to increase our oil trade. which, as with the German playthrough, with the Allies, you would be trading back and forth evenly, so you're not losing any industry while obtaining the resources you need. About 38, early 38, we're going to start training our forces. Just letting that army XP build up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get our paratroopers researched. We'll probably make our next one war industry, and then we'll probably, if we can't go down to early mode, we will definitely hit Harris Arthur. Oops. So we are going to go back to air, go ahead and hit interception detector, Royal Ordnance. Going to hit next. It'd be good just to get your inner war artillery. Yep, so now we're gonna hit war industrialists since your civs are getting closer to being complete. You know, while we're at it, we could set Singapore up to eventually be improved for all that precious resource. So my bottom resigns and I get, oof, that does not forebode well. Get our vigorous you're gonna see that oil spike up in just a moment. And let's see. Yep. And there's the oil tension raise. You're gonna get general rearmament for your industry. Now we should be allowed to more than 15% world tension or war support. Oof. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll save up for our next one to be Arthur Harris. Which, the more air doctrines you have done by the time Germany tries to attack the west, the better you'll do in the skies in your attrition war. Go ahead and increase the what? Oh, get some from Malaysia. Might as well, since you get all that bonus and it's single player. So now we're going to split our fleet up. We want the one with one extra battle cruiser. Take it down here. Make the ones you've built so far meet up with it. Combine it. Mediterranean fleet, so set these to go to your Mediterranean fleet. Oof. Let that sit for a while until it gets up to the correct point. And we will, at the moment, set this to be Alexandria. We are going to split this fleet up into two. And we're going to use this one to be stationed at, let's see, at Sussex. There we go. Afraid I wasn't going to be able to pronounce it for a moment. And we will take the one aircraft carrier and bring it down to your Mediterranean fleet. Take this guy, use him to patrol the English Channel, North Sea, and Eastern North Sea. Select your research. Like that. And now, oh, whoops. Take this guy, put him down there. And now we are going to go, yeah, you know, we'll hit extra research slot. Take this guy, go ahead and make him patrol the important spots. This guy will have Andrew Cunningham. Alright. Going to hit prepared defense. We'll go into modify our paratroopers to 20 WIS as is our service rules. Alrighty. Create the research naval strike tactics. Or go ahead and hit infrastructure destruction. Industry will start getting a lot stronger. We're almost to bomber hairs. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get computing machine. Go ahead and get bomber Harris. Victory through air power. Couldn't have quoted that better myself. You know, while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and take all of our planes who aren't, whoops, or planes who are not carrier based. Go ahead and get them all combined so they're not everywhere. Let them all gather. There we go, all the way from Malaysia. Okay, so here we go. Oh wait, no, there's the one from Singapore. Okay. Now we're gonna hit air rearmament. Use the extra research slot to go ahead and get Lewis. You're gonna want to go ahead and go to your template for subjects, which you will have if you have Together for Victory, or what will be future Man the Guns. Go to British Malaysia, find their cheapest ones, copy, there you go. And of course you'll have to improve their division template when you get the free XP, but it's not your main priority. It's almost early 38. And after that, we're going to go ahead and switch to the aircraft carrier fighter. Don't even really making bombers, so might as well. So now we get more industry. Okay, so now go ahead, add infantry, remove the things for your 20 WIS. Could make 2 of those. We should probably change this some, shouldn't we? We'll just make it something simple. Attention! Go ahead and stop the training since it's pretty pointless now since you have all of them being trained. Alright. You know what, we'll go ahead and hit this since the other research is almost over. Alright. Go down fighter command. Finally change your industry, although at this point, with how late it is, it might be better to just get something else, but we'll go ahead and change our conscription law since we're going to be pumping out troops. Yeah, that's why we need to do that.
Ready, sir!
Go ahead and get these guys to guard your entire coast. Go. Okay, go ahead and attach them to these guys. Boom. The R. Going about, that's a bit much. Going to want about like 12 or something. Oh, you know what? You're going to have 12 with him, so you can go ahead and get rid of 1. Ooh, see, that's why you needed to change that manpower law. Since you're going to be getting a lot of strategic bombers from the Allies, or from America, you're going to want to go down the right side for day bombing. And then you can get both of these, although I'd get mass destruction before offensive formations. Go ahead and get construction 3. Now better artillery. Now hit down the aircraft production so you get 10% off production speed for your fighters. And that is where your resources start to hurt, especially in the single player build up without allies to be trading back with you. Now, change this guy. We're going to go and skip that research since we would have had it anyways. Go and get the Matilda. Because here's the thing, once you get those 40 to 50 fighters and the 5 casts, you can choose either to go heavy tanks, which you have plenty of chromium for because it's South Africa, but the production would be very slow, so I would stick to eventually going down mediums, especially since that's tend to be what America does, so then he can lend-lease you some. Lost that bonus. Oh yeah, we could go ahead and add the anti-tank thing. Got pretty good piercing though. Yeah, sure. So we could add that for more. Boom. Yeah, we can go ahead and do early mode. Especially since you're definitely needing resources now, which we would pull from France if they were still playable. Go ahead and bump that up to 1 more. Let's see. Don't need radar at the moment because that will come in a heavy bonus. It's too soon for that, so we'll go ahead and upgrade the anti-tank guns. Go ahead and get dogfighting experience. guy should be getting close to being ready to drop. Then we're gonna want like, yeah, about, yeah, we'll do 5 for Gibraltar. We got that, so we can go ahead and hit, you know, let's hit Bass Company. So you can get more guns more quickly, since that's gonna be your biggest thing, especially once you start training all these Malaysian divisions. What you're going to do now. Go. About 24 of them. Oh, seems we have this main force. Let's go give these guys 2. Harold Alexander. We will have them set up defenses right here. Their field marshal will be Montgomery, and just for British spirit, since he was famous for being a very methodical planner, we'll do thorough planner. So go.
Ready
And
to
now
move.
they'll also have a field marshal, Alan Brooke.
Yes, sir.
And this guy will be, yeah, seems about right, even though this guy historically would have been in Africa, but we don't need that. As you can see, we have a decent amount of planes building in about mid-38. Go ahead and get rid of, actually we'll let this get to 20. And then we'll go ahead and cap it. You need more aluminum, need more oil. Rajas, yeah, that's a good thing. Go ahead and fix this up to, we'll go ahead and get 1 radar. Which is funny because we already have level 1s, but anywho. Go ahead and make this our air superiority. Fans want to join, more than welcome. Have to abandon the checks. Checks are on their own. Now we're going to hit, let's see. Go ahead and hit home defense because we're going to want that military training act. Now normally Germany in the Axis would probably try to keep world tension from rising to unlock British industry, so if you couldn't take, for example, Shadow Scheme or General Rearmament, then right here you would have started developing South Africa and Canada, Raj, Australia, all of them. But when you're allowed to, unlock your own industry. Let's see, go ahead and get guns. You know what, no, we're going to hit industry. More bang for your buck. Go ahead and fix this up. This will eventually be expanded to that. This to this. Go ahead and end this. Now you have 20. Alright, this is where you're going to want to start getting your Air Force set up. Especially now that Britain's in your faction. I mean France, my apologies. Alright, we'll leave. Yeah, you know, we'll go ahead and get the Crusader. But, as I was going to say, go ahead and add another thing of fighters. Get like 2,000 to start off with. Get tank gun upgrades. Now we'll go ahead and get the gun. Go ahead, get these 5 guys. Give them Richard O'Connor. Tell them to stand their ground here, which hopefully, by the time the war could break out, you could have Fortify the Rock, which would add 4, giving it level 10 forts. but the chance of you holding Gibraltar till the very end of the game is very unlikely, just because they can attack from 3 angles, bring in German cast, German armor. It's quite a lot to deal with. Now if you had some Canadian armor there, possibly, but multi-altitude flying. Okay. Yeah, these guys. These will be headed by Alan Cunningham. Again, you're going to want them on dockyards. And again, fix their XP when you can. Go ahead, issue gas mass. Give stability war support. Where's our... Yeah, you're going to want to bring them down here. Along with... Go get these guys down here. You know what, we'll go ahead and put the Cass down here as well. Oh, whoops. There we go. And hopefully France is building some Cass as well. Again, more aluminum. Go ahead and use this to upgrade your infantry. Alright, you're going to want to... You know what, let's do 8. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do 8 here. And then you can just leave about 10 to be produced and be put down wherever you need them. Get this now. Machine tools. And I guess now we can start getting the paratroopers out. You have only 2 at the moment you can do. So I think by the end of this build-up you can get about 3. Gas mass, awesome. And we're going to go ahead and do Mediterranean Bastion. Or, I guess it depends on the production. We'll go ahead and develop. Go ahead. You know what, we'll start with this for now. And always, you don't have to stick to this fully like a cookie cutter build. If you see them doing different stuff that warrants for taking other focuses first, and you know, feel free to. Go and drop these guys. Break them up in the different groups.
Listen up. Listen up.
Give these guys just anyone, so Henry Willison will be responsible of guarding these. Then, let's see, Oliver Lease. Harsh leader, yep, it sounds like he's made for Asia. Yes, it should work. Alright. Make these guys for here. They might be used to help France. Ooh, out of manpower. Ouchies. As you can see, your guns are actually keeping up production, so that's really nice, actually. Oil. Let's see. America, please. Let's up it to 2. Oh, and we can't deploy them because of the manpower. I'm gonna go ahead and give your Navy some boost since you haven't done any of the doctrines. Going to hit logistical bombing. And let's see, hit grand assault. Let's see, I guess we won't get these yet. So we'll go ahead, jump over here, and get your air defense going. Build up description. And around this time I just save up my political power so I can quickly jump to war economy and then jump to extensive conscription. Let's see, guns. We can go ahead and get logistical company since we won't have a lot of equipment. Go ahead and start getting your excavations for more resource. Oops.
Attention!
Go ahead and make this guy Wavel. Wavel seems cool. Let's go ahead and just put him on the Alpine line for now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go ahead. Whoops. Go like this. The paratroopers. Where did they go?
Ready!
I believe the British have one paratrooper guy. Yeah, here we are. Beck Smiths. Let's see, we're gonna put him right here. I'm gonna want to have that. Oh, okay, now I see. I was heavily confused. I thought I'd accidentally put him somehow there, but okay. Going about 1,000 planes. You're going to want to get about 4 for now, and then you'll want to bring all of this along, which looks like I can't do that at the moment, regretfully. Can't create, no, oh, not enough manpower, I see. Oh, and the main goal for your commonwealths is usually Italy will have Ethiopia puppeted. So you're going to want to have a bunch of Commonwealth forces here to quickly crush it and then send armor up here so you can actually hold back German tanks. Use these guys to help hold at the Swiss border or wherever you need to put them. Go ahead and get it. Okay, so now we're going to get radar since that's very important. Start getting the resources put up. But let's see what you would want to use these for. It's kind of similar with the German gameplay I did. You'll want to lure them in if you can. And oops. Get excavation 2. Square drop.
Orders!
Or I guess really it would be more like that. Oops. Have to delete it. Excuse my bad clicking.
Attention!
Like I said, let your political power build. Of course, you have to... Oh, look. France guaranteed. Normally, you would be the one to guarantee, but it's alright if the French are doing it. Okay, the main built up. You're going to want your fleet to be patrolling. There we go. Got your troops garrisoned here. Got Malaysian divisions, which you'll eventually upgrade. Got troops here. You would have Commonwealth troops here. You got about 5 guys here. Maybe if South Africa or Canada could spare armor, put some here. Got some troops here, and most importantly, you got air power ready to go, especially when you switch over your manpower law. I guess now your next research would be getting the Typhoon. Also, our games normally, we have a rule where America can't enter until at least 8 months. And it looks like we're actually at the end of the recording, the build-up. But anyways, I was going to say America could lend-lease you even in those 8 months. Let's see what we got. We got 79 troops out, 52 mills, kept same dockyards, 49 civs, decent amount of ships, good capitals. But we have close to 5,000 planes. And as you saw from the last time we did Germany with a bank about 5.5 to 6.5K planes, that's pretty good as a UK, and you're only going to start to build up from there and then have America join in later with strategic bombers. But yeah, if you have any more suggestions, just leave in the comments what you'd like to see me do next, and everyone have a fantastic day and good luck in the future.